for foreign language, we have what's called essential questions, like these big philosophical guiding questions for each of our units. And the way that they're written in our textbook, it's at a language level that's too high for our students. So like if we want to be able to talk about whatever the question was, like it was just too hard. And for the students to be able to discuss it in any productive way, they would have to do it in English. So what I've done actually is pull out a lot of my old materials from when I worked in Plymouth Canton, because we developed a lot of these things and I think that they can be really useful and used and tweaked with our current units. And I'm finding as I'm doing all these things, pulling out these old documents and having these bigger, more interesting conversations with the students, even now at the end of the year, that student engagement is really up. And it's not that I'd forgotten about these so much as I feel like almost I needed a little bit of a push to be like, you know what, like this really is what we are supposed to be doing. This is what we want here in Farmington. And so I'm really happy to maybe just hear it again. We are currently doing a food unit. As a general overview, these are the kinds of things that we're looking at. Our essential question is how does what we eat and how we move affect us? With the general goals that students can identify some common eating habits, foods, and restaurants in other cultures, express food preferences, right? They can say very basic things about food. Compare what you eat with others here and abroad. For example, one of those things, one of the activities that we did was I introduced them to Peru. It's considered the France of South America when it comes to cuisine. I told them that this is a fast food chain down there, Bembos. And even though it's fast food, because they take pride in their food, they even, for fast food, it's really good and interesting fast food. They have a lot of really interesting hamburgers. And because of that, they have a lot of interesting ingredients within their hamburgers. And so we took a look at the website. We did a Padlet where they looked at all the descriptions of the burgers and they found the different things that were in there and pulled up pictures and posted them, being able to figure out that a gaseosa, for example, is the word that they use for soda, that kind of thing. So they can like navigate with the goal that they should be able to navigate these documents and be able to find and identify on a menu, for example, things that they like, things that they really don't like. If they hate a certain ingredient, for example, if they're allergic to something, they should be able to find and navigate a menu in that way. Throughout this entire unit, we are doing a number of things like this. Tomorrow, I'm going to examine the mi plato, my plate, and because they now have enough language that they can talk about a number of things that would qualify for these different categories. Use that as a discussion in Spanish to talk about what they should and shouldn't eat, what's good for their body, what's not. We are going to follow this up with a reading quiz. Eat this, not that. And it's talking about replacements you can make based on people who have diabetes. So like what you should be eating that's better for your body, being able to find that information. So I love this kind of teaching in that we are talking about real content. And the students are much more willing to engage and discuss these things and raise their hands and talk about all this stuff in Spanish. They just seem so much like it's got a lower affect. They're just a lot more willing to participate in the discussions in class and work with their neighbors at the group to like figure out these reading activities and everything. They're just much more engaged in it.